Hello, everyone. AJ here from the Cars, Bars, and Guitars podcast. Due to audio issues, the first 15 minutes of this episode are going to sound just a little bit different than they normally do. Technology and memory can both be cruel mistresses. Thank you for your understanding and your continued support. And now on to the episode. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Cars, Bars, and Guitars podcast, episode number 59. I'm AJ.
And I'm Steve.
Steve, who are we brought to you today by?
Bus crashes in Sweden.
Please explain yourself.
Well, you wanted to cover Metallica last time around, so therefore...
That's true.
We're going to this time around. And probably touch on an airplane crash as well.
Yep. What are we drinking today, Steve?
What was his name? Landslide?
Mudslide. Not a Stevie Nicks. Not a landslide. A mudslide. Cheers. That is Kahlua, vodka, and Bailey's.
You said delicious, awful funny.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's one of my favorite. I was going to make B52. B52 is Grand Marnier instead of vodka.
Else.
I think it just substituted vodka.
Okay, so
it's really good.
More orangey.
Should have called it a Love Shack, but... And what else are we drinking today, Steve?
Audi's own Imperium Fake Stella Artois.
Is it an acceptable knockoff, or is it...
I drank a bunch of it over New Year's since it was good and cheap, and I mean the Stella proper, and it's all this, like, whoever's doing their designs really nails it that you can be able to tell, you know, what is fake Stella, what's your fake Heineken, what's your fake...
Smells just like Stella Artois does.
Your fake Corona, so that one's named Monterey. So if there's a Monterey virus, we're in big trouble.
That's actually pretty good.
The powers that be behind Pacifico and Sol are really happy right now.
That's actually pretty good. Tastes like every one of those kind of style of
Just
beer.
Plain Jane lager. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Not too bad, Steve. Well, I got good news. I'm taking the car in for a PPI, which is a pre-purchase inspection at Evans Honda right here in Mint Hill. The guy picked that. He said, well, they do Hondas. I'm like, funny you mentioned that. They're right near my house. And this guy lives in Seattle.
Would they service a Toyota as well?
Probably. It says Honda and import, so...
Yeah, well, like I said, this is my first import since the white GTI.
And that's fair. So he's gonna have that done, and $18,500 was the agreed upon price.
Okay.
I would have been a little more bullish with the price and not been. I would have been more firm with it, but he's already going to be spending quite a bit.
It's going to cost you $2 a mile to get it safely transported, at least.
Yeah. So he was originally going to drive it back, fly out and drive it back, and then his wife said no.
Probably doesn't want him flying that first leg, I'm sure.
So
or who knows what's living in your rental car.
That's fair too. So he's going to have it transported. If the PPI checks out, he's going to send the money and then send for the car either this weekend or Monday. He wants to get it quick.
Sweet.
So I was like, yeah, if you want it quick. So I had to text.
So I better drive it just this one time before you get rid of it, right?
you probably should. So we...
You did shoot me down last time I said this, and now it's about gone. Like, I guess, now folks, it's the time.
And probably not after this episode.
No. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday would be available.
That's looking likely. So what's funny
whenever the weather clears up, tomorrow's looking a bit iffy, so we still haven't grilled yet. Whoops.
I grilled yesterday, had burgers, but...
just got super lazy and came out to duck out at 7 o'clock to bring curry to her folks. I called her, so you're a courier.
Nice.
So that's going to be tonight's leftovers.
Even better. I got an idea. What we'll do is we can point the microphone that way a little bit, and that way you can kind of set off mic, and it's still in your, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you don't have to be like directly in front of it. It's just kind of angled towards your mouth. And you still have, it's, I can hear you a lot better.
All right.
Oh shit, what was I gonna, But I kind of felt like, I know you're not supposed to feel bad for people or anything like that who's buying it from you, but I'm like, this dude's already paying for the inspection, and then he's going to have to pay to transport it and all this other shit. So I was like, the least I can do. And the thing is, too, like, I paid $19 for it, and if I sell it for $18.5, I drove it almost for free.
Yeah.
So
except for the ass end repair and the tires, yes.
True. Very true.
6,000 miles on it?
I bought it with 56.5 on it, I think, and it has 63.5 on it now. So 7,000
Okay.
miles. Yeah. Is that right? Yep, 7,000 miles. In 7 years.
I put 104 on the Vibe and 5 3/4.
And on the Jeep, I've put 100. It's just about to turn 345, and I bought it with 242. So I put 103,000 in 7 years. Also, we were on.
Yeah.
we were on the same wavelength there. Shit. What else was I gonna say? Yeah. He wants to get it. He's like, why are you selling it? I'm like, just want something different. He goes, yep. That was. I said that too. This is gonna be my fourth S2000.
Really?
Yeah. So he's had 3 before. This will be his
just
fourth.
collecting the Rambo at this point? What's going on?
Well, he doesn't currently own the 3.
Okay.
He's owned 3 in the past, and he sold them and regretted them. He said, mine is exactly what he wanted. Like, he didn't mind, the color didn't matter. He wanted one with the AP2 wing, the hard top, and the AP2 front spoiler, and he really liked the the powder-coated wheels. So, thanks, Brett. But I've already got my bike picked out. If the car sells this weekend, I might go ahead and just buy the bike, which is, I know this sounds stupid because I haven't ridden a bike in so fucking long. I don't even know how this bike rides. I might not even like, but I sure like the way it looks.
Well, I told you the one color I didn't want my car in, right? Highlighter yellow. That was a real thing.
It looks more.
I've seen them on the road.
It looks more lime greeny than it does the yellow, but I don't like that. I like yellow cars. I just don't like that yellow.
Yeah, that is the brighter version of what the Vibe could be had in. That was more of a pea green metallic.
I think
just awful.
Worst green ever goes to the Talon, the last generation Eagle Talon. That was horrible. And I think when lime green's done correctly, it's great. Like sublime green, like Mopar, that's good. Lamborghinis.
Yeah, the both of those.
Those are good.
That's green. It means it.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's gross and it means it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this one, frosted tropical lime. Apparently.
Dude, that's even a horrible word.
That.
God damn, it sucks.
Down vote.
Jesus Christ, man.
Otherwise, that's a sharp-looking car.
I love the Talon. Always looked better. I like the wraparound spoiler at the back on the last gen Talon, not the one that was like the duckbill, the one that really blocked your vision. Like that's the one I like. But those had horrible crank walk. But I always really did like those second gen DSMs until the Eclipse went to what my dad's was. And at the time, actually, I mean, it's a nice car, but it's a grown-ups.
2000 model.
Yeah, it's a grown-ups car. And hey, he still has the nicest 2000 Eclipse GT I've seen
I'm gonna say nowadays it is the only one you see.
He's had like 2 or 3 people want to buy it just because we have not seen one of those that clean in a long time. So, but that thing had I know
his first 2 gens roamed the earth for a hot minute, and then time's not been kind to them because people were not kind to those cars, and then the later generations, 2000 onward, the fun was lost.
And then it got the 260 something horsepower V6, the last generation, but it was hideous. It looked the same from the front as it did the back. That's what I don't like cars like that. Although the bug is okay, but
yeah, it is its own weird Nazi thing. So there's that. Thanks, Harry Porsche.
Well, I was dead set on a Honda bike, but just because I like Hondas so much. But that Yamaha is quite handsome. You saw the picture of that one, didn't you? The white one with the red accents. That's sharp looking. I like, and it's the 4-cylinder. And I really want a 4-cylinder bike instead of the twin, just because the 4-cylinder sounds better.
Yeah,
the twin always has that, and it's not really.
Yeah, fours can sound more the part, even in tiny displacements.
The good part about the Yamaha.
I told you should really just get a Honda Rune. the Honda 1800cc 6-cylinder bike.
Yeah.
Those have been out of production for a hot minute. It's way more cruiser than you're looking for.
Very much more cruiser than I'm looking for. The ones I'm looking at, though, you are more upright. But a CBR 600R or a Fireblade 1000R, you're in the attack position. Whereas these, you're a little more upright, and they're a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, something akin to a Suzuki SV650,
Mm-hmm.
and then the 650S is the racier-looking one. I like that 650 is to have more classic styling.
I like them, but another reason I didn't want to get one is because it's twin-cylinder also.
Okay.
The sound with an aftermarket exhaust on the 4 is so much better, so much throatier. The good part about the Yamaha bike I showed you, the engine.
Sick looking.
Actually, that's pretty cool. Remember the Dodge Tomahawk, the bike?
Yeah.
The Viper V10 bike?
Yeah, how quickly will this thing murder you?
The answer is yes. The Yamaha bike, the engine in it is a detuned R6 engine. So, people know how to do that. So it's just
to retune?
Yeah, so I could just get used to it detuned and then find the other 30 horsepower, which is a huge bump in a bike.
Akin to the new Accords that have the detuned Type R engine in them now?
I think so. Because it revs lower to only 12,500 RPMs instead of 15.5.
That's double my new red line.
But you're going to have... I'll have the smallest displacement I already have the smallest displacement and the largest displacement out of each of them. You very much have the mean going on too. I'm just ready for something different, and I will be careful. Everybody's just been, hey, exciting way to kill yourself. This is thank you for the
vote of confidence.
Yes, big vote of confidence here.
When I first started at Regulus, my Boston warehouse was given a 1200cc Suzuki bike. I think it was the Suzuki SV1200, so the bigger version of the 650.
Yeah.
As his first motorcycle, and for many years he commuted on that from Concord to Northlake. Not a short trip.
No.
But by the time the fourth kid came around, the bike went bye-bye.
Jeez. Kids ruin everything.
The two in the middle were twins to boot.
Oh my jeez.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you about the guy who we had to train him at our store? It was at my store in Concord, and he was 27 at the time. I was 25. No, because I've been at that store. I was 22, 23, and he was 26 or 27. And it's like, so just tell me a little bit about yourself, man. And then he was talking. He's like, yeah, I'm married. I've got 8 kids. I said,
excuse me?
What? He goes, yeah. So they had 2 children by the time they were 22. It was the same woman too. And it was like, yeah, we had 2 kids, and then she got pregnant again with triplets. And then she got pregnant with triplets again. It's like, excuse me?
Was he working in the deli department, and was there a hallway there? What the actual fuck?
Do you get, if they find out it's triplets, do you get a 3-for-1 deal on abortions?
Goodness. Just gotta get your Chlorosol injection.
Well, Steve, you got time for a little bit of beer news today?
Why, yes. I've got nowhere to be for 13 hours.
Oh, yeah, I just found out today I have to go to my store tomorrow from 6 a.m. to 11 and then drive to Park Road to help them set up because they have the CEO coming or something.
Who's here?
And then I got to go back Thursday morning at 5 a.m. on my day off.
So you got to go see Mr. Lion tomorrow?
That's Mr. Food to you. He's very chill about it. Actually, I don't know. I think it's the CEO. That might be Meg Ham, who's the president. The CEO is actually named Kevin Holt, and no, we're not related because I wouldn't be driving that what I'm driving if I was related.
You would step up to an 01 Cherokee by that point.
No, I would have the only manual swapped SRT Cherokee
nice.
in the nation. So that's going to be my days, but it's all overtime, so hard to beat that.
Yeah.
Plus a $2 raise. So Steve, Goose Island Brewing sends out their beer van inspired by ice cream trucks in Chicago. So they send out a van, and on the side of the van it says, if you can see this, we have beer. And so you call the number and they deliver the beer to you out of the van.
Brilliant.
I don't know what kind of music they play, but I would be, if it's like ice cream truck music, it would be a little bit deceiving, but we should do maybe beer-related songs. Beer is good from Psycho Stick.
Oh, that'd be incredible.
Is there any swearing in that?
If so, less than most of their songs, if that's the case.
So, beer. I can't think of any other. Okay, we'll have to do. We did songs about beer in an episode, like 20-something. But distilleries are turning stale beer from local microbreweries into whiskey, most notably at Whistle Pig of Vermont. So evidently you can not only can you turn it into sanitizer, you can actually ferment the spent grain and all that shit into nice whiskey. I've never had Whistle Pig, have you?
No.
It's not cheap. The cheapest Whistle Pig they had was $72. And it's not even like the bottle doesn't look...
It sounds such a goofy name. Otherwise it's Groundhog.
Whistle Pig is like a delicacy somewhere. I was watching, like they were eating it on Bizarre Foods one evening, which I missed that show. They don't even do that show anymore. But he had one of the best podcast titles was...
Go Fork Yourself. Yeah, that's 3 or 4 years expired now, but I think they're still available for download.
Huh.
The trouble with everything being digital, some things eventually go away. One of my favorite Wait, Don't Tell Me hosts, or panelists rather, Faye Saley, had her own radio show years ago.
Faye Saley. That sounds familiar, but I don't remember.
She's an Oxford graduate that went into comedy, so there's that. But back in 2006, she had her own radio show called Fair Game, and that is just vanished from the internet.
Huh.
Because that was one part news, one part new music. It was a fun show, and I think I have anywhere between 0 and 1 episodes downloaded.
Faye is not an attractive woman's name in my in my experience. Maybe Faye Reagan, but that was that's something completely different. Google that if you want to. The only other Faye I know was a gas station attendant at the store my dad worked at part-time, and she was just a miserable, life-sucking bitch.
Sounds like my neighbor. While I was finishing up mowing the yard earlier, or at least the 70% of the yard I did mow, they're doing yard work in the back, and she just starts screaming her head off at her 10-year-old son. Don't go stepping on the plants! Does that include the grass?
Do you remember?
I am not a fan of them, and now I've got new neighbors that moved into the previously haunted house next door.
And he looks like...
Carl from Aqua Teen.
Hey, yo, Fry Man, I'm gonna pop a squat right here beside this dumpster right here.
In the driveway lives a Pods storage device.
Yeah.
And a silver Honda Fit with California plates.
Ooh.
I've got a feeling these people may be from the inland. Otherwise, you think, oh, they're from California. That must be cool. Uh-oh. This guy's going full Southern already because I stepped out, or saw him step out, like, did you lose your shirt? Because that is an unflattering look, sir.
California is very blue, but there are parts of that state that are very red.
The further from the coast.
Yeah, the further you go from there. Vegas is the same way. Like, Nevada's the same way. Like, in Carson City, Reno, and Las Vegas, it's all generally very blue. And
populated areas outside of Texas, yes.
I could totally live. I think about going to Vegas all the time. It's so much fun. Like, I like being able to do anything you want to do at any time of day. No matter where you are in that city, you can just do whatever you want all day. You want steak dinner at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then go to a strip club at 10 o'clock in the morning, you can do that. You want to go to a museum, you could do that. Like, I just love it. I just love it. It's just everything all the time, all at one time.
A, I should have gone with y'all back in February before all hell broke loose. 2, should have done more when I was there back last July.
We're going back, and sometime
whenever allowed.
Whenever we're allowed, and whenever it's going to be busy again, because I don't want to go to Vegas and it be like
ghost town.
A ghost town. No.
Yeah, the people are where it's at with that.
Almost. Yeah, last time we went, we were walking, and I think it was. All right, so Sean had just landed, and Karin was at Starbucks. So we were walking on our way to Starbucks, me and Matt, because I think Colin went to go see that Titanic exhibit. And
he loves that damn boat. Yes,
he does. The game we played yesterday, the explain a movie badly.
That was awesome.
Everyone tries the ice bucket challenge. We were walking and some woman was on her phone, and then like she's doing the self. She's making a video clearly, and she's talking, and I walk by her, and she stops what she's doing, and she looks at me, and she goes, "I'm famous, you know," and then keeps walking. And Matt goes, "Who the fuck was that?" I have no idea. Nobody I've ever heard of. That's what I love about that tale.
Yeah.
I'm famous, you know. Good luck with that.
I don't know.
You're an Instagram model, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I could be Instagram model too, but it'd be in Revel.
Instagram Polaroid model.
Yeah, that would take up way more space than the Matchbox cars do. That said, I still have a fuck ton more to add to.
No, well,
I have been very carried away with this, by the way, and you know it.
well, what we need, we have a turnstile.
I have 2 more Shrunken Vibes, but they're my own personals, and I ordered a tiny Oris from Japan, the European and Japanese market.
Yeah.
Scion I am. The guys emailed me twice saying he's sorry for shipping delays because it's being shipped from Japan.
Yeah. Dude, it's okay.
As long as it gets here, it's going to be okay.
It's all right.
That car's been a treasure trove of oddities since this otherwise $12,000 car picked up for $8,000. Decided to take a look at the air filter for the interior cabin air filter.
Yeah.
It looked like it had been spray painted. It was so dirty.
Steve, I didn't press record on that. I just pressed record on that.
Facebook have playback from the prior part?
It will, and it's going to sound really strange.
Yeah, well, at least something's going to be up and at it.
I was so worried about the live video that I just now noticed that. So the first part of this episode is going to have a disclaimer on it for download.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the disclaimer.
Yes,
the disclaimer. This American Apple Pie institution is meant to disrespect you from all sense of reality.
Oh my fucking god! I'm such a fucking potato.
Hold on, I need to read this from the Offspring Ixon the Hombre.
Yeah.
The intro to it, because I guess we couldn't get away with just straight up playing it.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah, what I'll have to do is download the video. I think I can download the video and then just play it back for the first...
get the video rip.
The first, 10, 15 minutes?
Yeah, I'm going to say up to 20, yeah.
Because I'm not recreating all that shit we just said. It's just not fucking happening. At least I called it before. Hey.
Yeah, here you go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the disclaimer. That's right, the disclaimer. This American Apple Pie institution known as parental discretion will cleanse the sense of innuendo or sarcasm from the lyrics that might actually make you think and will also insult your intelligence at the same time. So, protect your family. This album contains explicit depictions... The mud slide's working. Of things which are real. These real things are commonly known as life. So, if it sounds sarcastic, don't take it seriously. If it sounds dangerous, do not try this at home or at all. And if it offends you, just don't listen to it. And it has this circus roar backing the track. It's incredible. So that was probably the first thing I ever heard from Jello before getting into DK entirely too late.
I have not gotten into DK at all. I don't think I've, other than what you've let me hear, I haven't heard much Dead Kennedys.
I will allow you to listen to anything you want, sir.
All right, cool. I feel so bad. I feel really stupid about that, but
it's okay.
There's nothing I can do about it at this point. So.
Hey, we had an entire episode get lost, and that had my worst joke ever, so there's that. I mean, seeing as, with school going completely remote, March was the first in many month or a year without school shooting. Mm-hmm. Well, I am against school shootings, unless it's fish in a barrel.
Absolutely. And then we can make delicious gunpowder sushi. Gunpowder sushi. Band name. Hey, why not? A lot of other band
it's not
names.
like you're supposed to cook it.
A lot of other band names don't make any fucking sense. We need to get back to beer news because we went way the fuck off.
Do you just want to completely re-up the beer news, and then if this repeats itself, so be it.
Well, I've only got 3 more.
So there's the beer cream truck.
Yeah, the beer cream truck. The distillery's turning stale beer into whiskey. Oktoberfest 2020 is canceled. This is the
first time since Hitler was in power.
Jesus. So I'll just kind of scram through it. Boomtown Brewery of Los Angeles released the very aptly named Stir Crazy IPA. It is juicy, fruity, hazy, and probably bored. And then last but not least, this is ridiculous. You think you know what rich is, and then you hear this. An anonymous veteran buys a $20,000 bottle of 25-year-old Pappy Van Winkle for $40,000 to help Datz restaurant stay afloat. DATZ is the name of the restaurant. And
to think I'd never been to an FATZ cafe anywhere between the Carolinas.
I have.
Does it now taste more like Chili's? What are those anyway?
Fats is really good. We stopped at Fats in Greenville on the way home to pick the S2000.
I'm terribly sorry you didn't stop by Saskatoon instead. Have you heard of that one? The Wild Game Restaurant.
What?
I saw a picture of a billboard of theirs years ago that was, so here's all of God's creatures, and here you can eat them all. Something to that effect.
Which god?
Zeus.
Ooh, a seafood restaurant. I've never heard of that, but Fats is actually really good.
I tried calling them driving back from Atlanta years ago, and I was just not going to make it back in time or make it to there in time to check it out, but that has remained on the radar. I hope they're doing okay.
Fats is like, it's a chain restaurant, but it's not like Chili's or TGI Fridays or shit like that. So they have those really good. You ever been to Logan's Roadhouse where they have those yeast rolls with the honey butter? They have that, but they also have like it reminds me a lot of like what Firebirds is, except it's more of like a casual, like not a.
Yeah, Firebirds has their head up their ass.
They do. My brother's like my brother's a manager at Firebirds now,
but so he knows.
Yeah, but he's different.
Yeah.
Steve, what do you want next, now that we're done with beer news, since when we get into the music, we have a lot to choose from. We've had the white chocolate one. Have we had the peanut butter one, or do you want to go Death by King Cake next? Or the 10W40?
I was hoping that the Death by King Cake doesn't involve chewing up a baby.
It's up to you. Whatever you want to choose.
Find out.
You choose this one, I'll choose the next one. I feel so stupid for not fucking pressing record on that, but at least it's on video, and video's taken off. Wave to the camera, Steve. Video's actually taken off. Everybody really likes the video. Got a lot of good feedback on that. Maybe one day we'll actually have some real sponsors instead of fake ones. Do you know what the Joe Rogan Experience was originally sponsored by when he first started out? Fleshlight. You were close. But you were close with the fake genitalia. I got a lot of good shit to choose from in there. I have not had any of the Death by King Cake yet. So that's going to be pretty exciting. Yeah, the baby thing creeps me out. But it's Oscar Blues, so it can't suck, right?
Did you hear me slide tackle the mic just to test out these new boom stands?
I didn't hear it. Oh, it's shock mount.
Yeah, that too.
If you feel that, doesn't it not feel like a hair tie?
It looks the part too.
That's what that's basically what it is.
All right.
So you see the microphone is absorbed, like it's a look at this. I'm shaking it and it's not even. It wasn't doing it, so that it works.
It's going between 0 and 1 bar.
Yeah, it works. So, Steve, what are we going to be drinking next? And then explain to people what King Cake is after that.
All right. So what we have here is the Oscar Blues Death by King Cake ale with vanilla, cinnamon, nutmeg, cacao nibs, orange peel, and pecans, weighing in at 6.5 ABV.
That's lower than I thought it would be, actually.
Sure enough, that's not much of a death. If I recall correctly, that is a New Orleans tradition that during Mardi Gras, a cake is baked with a tiny plastic baby in it, and whoever gets the slice with the baby in it wins.
A baby.
Yikes. Sounds expensive.
I
What
keep
is this, raising Arizona? Or would that be raising Louisiana?
I keep having dreams that Emily gets pregnant, and she's like, well, I want to keep it. And I'm like, no, we never wanted kids. You never wanted kids, and I didn't either. She goes, well, I want to keep this one. And then we end up having the kid, and the kid turns out to be awesome. I'm like, okay, I like the kid. I still don't want
it. King Cake Tradition Explained.
All right.
At eater.com.
At Eater? Eat her or eater?
Eater.
Oh, the H is silent.
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
King cake is eaten on July 6th in honor of the Epiphany or Twelfth Night, which historically marks the arrival of the three wise men / kings of Bethlehem who delivered gifts to the baby Jesus. Plus, the baby inside the king cake today is not this story. King cake also appears on tables throughout the carnival season, which runs from Epiphany to Fat Tuesday, the day before Ash Wednesday at the start of Lent. This is way more Catholic an article than I thought. At which point, practitioners typically abstain from indulgences such as cake. The pastry goes by different names around the world and comes in varying shapes and styles. Here now, an exploration of this baked good and the traditions surrounding it, and a brief look at king cakes across the globe. Sweet circular pastry cake.
I know we're very atheist, but even if I wasn't, it's too much work to be religious. That
is a lot of strange stuff here. Yes,
it's too much work, man. Live your life, don't be a dick.
A commercial bakery called McKinsey's popularized the baby trinket that was baked into the cakes back in the 1950s, and they were originally made of porcelain, but later swapped out for an easier to find plastic version, or probably more difficult to cut. You shatter that porcelain baby in your cake, shit's gonna get crunchy. And I don't mean granola.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. That smells weird. That's really not that good.
It's all right.
It doesn't have any of those flavors it said it was supposed to. What's the date on this?
The baby inside the king cake is such an important tradition that each year during Carnival, the New Orleans NBA team, the Pelicans? Yikes.
Scariest mascot ever.
Unveils a seasonal king baby cake mascot, which is absolutely terrifying, much like the pelican, by the way.
I don't like this. I'm not getting any. I'm only getting orange peel. I'm not getting any vanilla, cinnamon, nutmeg, or coconut. I'm just getting orange peel. That's very underwhelming.
It's totally okay.
Yeah, it's not as good as I thought it was going to be.
It's probably for the better that we didn't drink that in concurrence with the mudslide.
That
that'd be a lot of sweet at the time.
Very. Do we dare delve into the music category?
Had a lot of stuff that we wanted to go cover here, there, and everywhere.
In music, we did.
Yes.
So let's start out with what happened in 1959, because we knew the least about it.
Yeah. So it was the day the music died, where a plane crash claimed the lives of Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper.
Hello, baby. Now name one more Big Bopper song. Bet you can't.
Guess he wasn't that big.
The medium bopper. The Bop It.
So it's February 3rd, 1959. American rock and roll musicians Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the, quote, Big Bopper, J.P. Richardson, were killed in a plane crash near Clear Lake, Iowa, together with pilot Roger Peterson.
Roger.
You have Clarence.
What's the vector, Victor?
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley. And this was referencing the 1971 Don McLean song, American Pie, which I forever love.
Mm-hmm. The artist who was supposed to be on that plane ride but was not was
Waylon Jennings.
He drew the short straw because they only had room for so many. They only had room for four, the pilot and 3 passengers and the cargo. on the plane.
So maybe don't fly a Beechcraft Bonanza.
Dun, 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 dun. That's an old joke forever. Nah, you're not gonna get
that. It's a Western television show of the era.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, we know precious little of the proto rock and roll, since by the time the decade changed, things got more interesting. At least for me. It took a few more for you.
I appreciate it. I can't get into it. Like, if I listened to classic rock, it would either be Led Zeppelin or Black Sabbath. That's about all I can stomach.
So the proto metal.
Yeah, I appreciate the Beatles. I mean, I don't appreciate the Doors. I'm not a big Doors fan. Other Side's probably my favorite one. Light My Fire, I could take, but without the organ.
Dana Gould has the funniest bit about the Doors.
Oh?
If you were to combine the Doors with Fred Schneider from the B-52s, there's a killer on the road. His brain is swimming like a toad. Get out of that road, you silly toad. Riders on the storm. Like, to completely upheave both genres is just fantastic. Sorry, Weird Al.
Well, what
you got
genre?
Some work to do.
What genre would the B-52s be?
They were kind of sort of 50s rock from the 80s and 90s. They were their own throwback before that was all the rage like today.
True.
But I keep telling folks that what I like nowadays is modern rock that sounds like it came out of the 70s. You know, anything Josh Homme or Ty Segall.
I have not heard of Ty Segall.
He is actually younger than you and has cranked out 20 albums, and it's all insane 70s inspired garage rock.
Interesting.
If you don't like what you hear, just keep going. That and the OCs.
Interesting. Also,
that is some trippy bullshit. Kaylin kind of hates them. Well, she's wrong.
Has-
Much like Copy of A.
Yeah, I love that song.
I love that song too.
I've gotten into Carnival very recently, and they're really good and very Australian.
One of my favorite Australian acts I heard on the Rollins podcast was Din.
D-E-N?
Yes, which makes them impossible to look up outside of the likes of Spotify, because there's going to be a lot of other living room videos.
What about live? Trying to search live videos? It's
Or the band X.
it's fucking. It's
It was like the bad SEO before that was of concern.
I kept
Or the.
Yeah. To this day, I still get Real Big Fish and the band Fish mixed up.
One of those I'd rather listen to.
You would rather listen to Real Big Fish, wouldn't
Yes.
you? Okay. What songs do they have that I would know?
Sell Out. Sell out with me tonight. Sell out.
Okay. Got you.
And she has a girlfriend now. She has a girlfriend now. She has a girlfriend now. Whoa. I totally missed my call as a ska singer. What do you think, folks?
So
Dial in today at 555-1234.
So 1959 had some deaths.
Yep.
But I can't. The only song I know by the Big Bopper is
And I
that
think
one.
it was
Hello,
the,
Babe.
And I think it was the year before was when Bruce Dickinson of Iron Maiden was born.
Nice. Richie Valens, I do know some songs by only because of the movie La Bamba, which is a fantastic fucking movie. Have you seen La Bamba?
Negative.
What? It's a good movie because he had Donna, and then he did a cover of La Bamba, and then he had. Oh my God! All my love, all my kisses. You don't know what you've been missing, oh boy. You remember? You know what that one is? All my life I've been waiting. Tonight there'll be no hesitating. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That was a good one. And then I don't know if I know any Buddy Holly songs except Weezer.
Yeah, it's totally different. Recorded a demo of "That'll Be the Day." That'll be the day when I die. Like, prescient.
Okay, that.
Peggy Sue. That was later covered by Elvis.
Okay.
He made his second appearance on the Ed Sullivan Show in January '58.
And how old were all of them when they died?
Buddy Holly would have been 23.
Oh my
Or
God.
not even 23.
God, he was 22 years old.
36 to 59.
Jeez.
Valen's 41 to 59, so
No,
No,
17.
17, 18.
Go. Wow. He was 18 years old.
Big Bopper would have been
He was a little older.
28.
Okay, I thought he was a little bit older.
Hit.
But 18 years old and 22, the whole life ahead of you. How many more records could he have made? Like, I mean, same way with Kurt, same way with Shannon Hoon, same way with anybody else that dies early when they're not supposed to. So many more records.
Big Bopper was that close to being in the 27 club
How close?
by a year.
This is depressing. That's depressing, and this beer is depressing. I thought this was going to be a sweet treat, and it just tastes like a regular fucking beer.
Hey, at least it doesn't taste like fake plastic babies.
Or fake plastic trees.
You're picking up and putting down. Come on, Birdsong.
That's probably my least favorite Birdsong beer that they've ever made.
Oh, absolutely.
No,
I mean, unfortunately, it tastes the part.
Yeah, that's fair. So, Steve, are we done with 1959?
I do believe so.
All right,
Let's
cool.
get on to 1963 or 1981.
Well, what was the significance of 63 again?
The birth of James Hetfield.
And the death of John F. Kennedy. And we just talked about dead Kennedys.
Yep.
All right, cool. Well, let's go Metallica. I'm surprised.
Which I'm familiar with their catalog through about 2000. I think once they did the song for Mission Impossible 2, all bets are off.
I Disappear. I like
I
like that
and
song.
then working alongside Limp Bizkit.
Woof. It sucks. It sucks that Wes Borland played guitar for Limp Bizkit because Wes Borland's actually a really, really good guitar
I was
player.
always fascinated by his like pitch black contacts.
Oh my God,
It
there's
was
one.
just like, whoa, man.
There's one fucking concert where I think he had like an entirely silver outfit on. His face was silver, and coming out from his neck all around his head were like bicycle mirrors.
Whoa. Did you ever see the guy dressed as a robot that hung out in downtown, like doing dances and stuff?
Yes.
Which got really awkward when he moved from in front of the Epicenter to in front of Capitol Grill. Where, hey, people are spending entirely too much money in this dump. Like, I make that joke because, hey, A, you can't eat there, and 2, we lost that account back in October.
Yeah, so it doesn't fucking matter. Yeah.
I didn't care for working at that spot. The money was good, but I didn't like playing Frogger.
Fuck no. So your before we get into the discography, what was your introduction to Metallica?
Black Album.
Same.
Easily, like, stuff on the Black Album. Just whatever was a big radio hit at the time. I was 10 or 12, so it was well before Load came out, but at best, one might have been on the radio, but whatever was on the Black Album was on radio, and hot damn, I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
And then hearing from friends, like, man, the 80s stuff's better. So the first Metallica CD I ever bought, though, was...
Load?
No. Roll the clock back.
Master of Puppets?
Yes, it is.
Nice.
The leper Messiah will not bow to itself.
Easily. Kill 'Em All was the first one, and I think that was in 84. Three. And then Ride the Lightning was
There
84.
was a demo, No Life Till Leather, which I do believe Dave Mustaine was on vocals at the time. Have you heard that at all?
I haven't.
Somewhere in my Napster-ish days, that lives, so I'll see what I can dig up for you.
Kill 'Em All, I admittedly, I'm not a big thrash guy, but I love the Black Album. I liked Load. I like some songs on Death Magnetic. I like some of the... I'm not just an all-out thrash guy. So Kill 'Em All wasn't my favorite album.
No one's going for Stanger.
Probably not. There were some good songs on. Somebody actually remixed Saint Anger with good-sounding drums.
Okay.
And it sounds a lot better.
Because that's one of the most off-putting things of it, that I could make better drum noises using Campbell's cans and my lack of drumming skills.
Kill 'Em. I can't name a song off of Kill 'Em All.
Anesthesia.
I can name one song off of Kill 'Em All. I didn't know that was on Kill 'Em All. And then Ride the Lightning was next, and was that did that have Fight Fire with Fire on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it opens with it.
Okay. Ride the Lightning was 84 because they went back-to-back years with albums, right? Okay. And then I think they skipped 85 and went to 86 with Master of Puppets because that was my birth year. But we'll go through Ride the Lightning a little bit too because it's going to get. I want to cover as much as we can.
I'm trying to look through and
the discography.
So other tab, one tab. I do have a laptop I could bring to this, but it's dreadfully slow.
Is that the one we were supposed to use for live shows?
No, this is one that Dad dropped off with me when we went to go pick up the car to go break curfew and go to Atlanta to get a car.
I think it's okay.
And it was right before all hell broke loose. Yeah, it was an essential thing to go and run off the car. I did post a Craigslist ad about the car. I've now got 3 hits on it. People were like, "Hey, did you sell the car? Did you read the ad?" The car lives at this dealership until further notice.
Yeah.
Talk to them. I can point you in that direction. The last one's like, I want to buy the catalytic converter off of it. That's the fucking thing that's wrong with it, dude.
Hey, can I get the windshield too? Like,
yeah.
What the? What?
I would be curious to see what happens if you pull that windshield off. Because that thing about split in half.
You were one really big pothole away from a full shatter.
Probably. Well, at least it wasn't the other windows. At least windshield is safety glass, so this is really pressing my luck.
Not the old Dodge truck. If I would have been in an accident in that, it would have.
Was that the original?
Yeah.
That, not safety glass?
Not tempered glass.
Dad had an 82 Corolla back in the day that had a bad replacement windshield, and it got air bubbled. So it was really strange, like riding in the car, like the front windshield, there's these tiny dots everywhere.
Horrible.
So you're not familiar with track listing?
Not of the first 2. Much more familiar with the rest of the catalog.
Works.
Yeah. Ride the Lightning had Fight Fire with Fire, and which one was what was the other bass? Orion?
Yeah.
Orion was on Ride the Lightning?
Yeah.
Okay. Cliff Burton played on the first 2, right? Because he died during, or did he die after
Orion
Master Puppet? He died during.
I see the freaking track listing on this. Hit the Lights, The Four Horsemen, that was demoed as Mechanics, Motor Breath, Jump the Fire, Anesthesia, Whiplash, Fan Lord, No Remorse, Seek and Destroy, Metal Militia.
Seek and Destroy. I've heard that one.
And the 88 release had their covers of Am I Evil, a Diamond Head cover, and Blitzkrieg, a Blitzkrieg cover. Blitzkrieg fucking rips.
Oh?
It's so good. I mean, so is Am I Evil, but Blitzkrieg's fantastic.
The Bop. Blitzkrieg Bop.
Yeah, I was gonna say Metallica, the best cover band since Anthrax.
Yeah. Bring the noise. Who did the hip hop metal mashup better?
Aerosmith.
I think so too.
Fight Fire, Fire, Ride the Lightning, For Whom the Bell Tolls, Fade to Black, Trapped Under Ice, Escaped, Creeping Death, Call of Cthulhu was instrumental on Ride the Lightning.
Okay.
Orion was on Master of Puppets.
Okay.
And then bonus tracks on digital re-release were For Whom the Bell Tolls Live and Creeping Death Live.
Creeping Death was okay. I am familiar with the songs. I just didn't know which albums they were on.
Never mind, zombies are getting wildly out of fashion. The opening to Zombieland with For Whom the Bell Tolls is fucking incredible.
Yes.
That slow motion, like the James Bond looking guy, like firing the machine gun as the creatures is coming up behind him.
Mm.
Look behind you, stupid. You're too white to wear a white tuxedo.
That's the best zombie movie or show ever. That series.
That and Shaun the Dead.
I haven't seen Shaun of the Dead.
You need to see that one.
Isn't oh my god, what's that fucking guy's name?
Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg. That's
and
it.
Nick Frost. Yeah, they
Nick
teamed
Frost
up
is
for
in
a
it
lot
too?
of them. Yeah.
Okay, because they were both in. Oh my god, the fucking cop movie, Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, it's,
Hot Fuzz
and
is
this is
fun.
their earlier effort, and it's well worth a watch.
Hot Fuzz is incredible.
It's so good.
Yarp. After Ride the Lightning, we have Master of Puppets, and of course you have
Battery! Battery!
Battery's awesome. Battery's about the best opener you could possibly have for an album.
Master of Puppets, The Thing That Should Not Be, Welcome Home, parentheses, Sanitarium, Disposable Heroes, Leper Messiah, Orion, Downge Incorporated, and bonus tracks in the digital release, Battery Live, and The Thing That Should Not Be, Live.
I thought Damage Inc. was on another one. I was wrong.
So rad. But yeah, we watched a couple of docs on YouTube this morning, and it's like, well, you know, the battery has the positive and the negative terminal. Well, we certainly focus on the negative.
There's a live video of Jerry from Alice in Chains about to do the vocals to Private Hell. the opening of the live video on YouTube. He's going, here's another upbeat tune for you.
And also
Master of Puppets was 86, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
and while touring in September in Sweden is when they had the bus crash that took Cliff Burton's life.
Yep.
Did you see the behind the music of it?
Yeah.
Like, upon stepping out, like, they couldn't see black eyes. Like, it's nighttime when the bus crash occurred.
Yeah.
But Kirk Hammett says, yeah, so I just saw Cliff's legs under the bus after it tipped. Like, that's got to be rough.
If even if there wasn't black eye, like it's not like anybody did anything on purpose. It still sucks. It's just, I mean,
yeah. They had the $6 EP Garage Days Revisited. Correction, $5.98 Garage Days Revisited, which was later added to Garage Inc.
Yeah.
Which is why I said the best cover band this side of Anthrax.
Mm-hmm.
Helpless, covering Diamond Head. The Small Hours, covering Holocaust. The Weight, covering Killing Joke. Crash Course in Brain Surgery, covering Budgie. And Last Caress / Green Hell by the Misfits, fronted by Danzig. And then Danzig chimes in at the end of the song. Oh, it's rad.
I need to hear this.
I've got something to say. I killed your mother today. Sorry, Sue Ellen. You're a swell lady.
Sorry. Oh, don't tell me. Debbie. Yes.
And then came everyone's favorite, And Justice for All in 1988.
With no bass. The bass was purposely turned down, even though Jason Newsted was already with them.
Did that get remastered with better bassing?
It did, and you know what? Sounds fucking better.
All right.
That had
that's
one
on here too.
That had one on it. And also had, I know they had one of the bigger songs of theirs, and I know the songs by them. It's just like until the Black Album, I can't pick out what album most of them are on.
It opens with Blackened, and then And Justice for All, Eye of the Beholder, which is probably a Dungeons and Dragons reference because the creature that's the Beholder is terrifying looking. One, The Shortest Straw has been drawn for you.
Shortest Straw.
Harvester of Sorrow.
Okay.
The Frayed Ends of Sanity, To Live Is to Die, instrumental, and Dyer's Eve. And then bonus tracks on digital re-release were One Live and Justice for All live.
Okay. I'm not sure I've actually heard the song And Justice for All.
I have, and I couldn't point it out.
Not till the chorus.
Yeah, that's it.
And then the magnum opus.
The Good, the Bad, and the Live. Oh, wait. Yeah, so there's a live album that crept in.
I've got the live albums on here too, but I don't have that one on here. I got the big ones.
With that one.
I got live or like we'll go after. I'll explain to you what.
Go ahead and jump ahead to
the
Black album, which was technically the self-titled album.
Yes.
Which had the Black on Black, Don't Step on Snake.
Mm-hmm. And they toured that They toured that album for 2 straight years. For like
Pyrotechnics, disasters, and all.
World tour.
Yeah,
2 years of
James
not going home.
got second-degree burns from a pyrotechnics accident in '93.
2 years of not going home. Like that's a lot. Of course, you had Enter Sandman, which a lot of their fans didn't like because it felt like more commercial. But the thing is, it sold more albums.
Yep.
It's still, I think, probably their best overall album.
Are you saying that is sad but true?
I love that
Track
riff.
2.
That is one of my favorite riffs ever. And then 3 is, I think that whole album's great, but Holier Than Thou was 3.
Him shouting that at you is so haunting.
And then 4 was Unforgiven.
Unforgiven, the other colossal hit from radio.
Toby looked at me with a dirty look when I told him I liked the Unforgiven 2 better. You're kind of giving me the same look.
It would be more funny if it was, I'm unforgiven as well. It's like, you're already unforgiven. Like, you can't be more unforgiven, man.
I'm unforgave.
I'm even more unforgiven. Thank you very much. And yes. No, because it suffers from not being wherever I may roam. God. That so fucking
it was very Indian, like,
yeah, very very twangy, sitar-y opening it.
Is that what they got in India for video games? The Satari?
Get back to you on that. Never. And
7 was
6 is Don't Step on Snake.
Don't tread on me.
Don't tread on me.
That was probably it's okay. Just not my favorite.
On Through the Never We Must Go.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing Else Matters.
A great one.
Which every time somebody mentions that on Facebook, I say, "Oh yes, I'm breaking out track 8 on the Black album now." Huh?
Yep. That's probably one of the best anthem ballads of all metal ballads of all time.
Of Wolf and Man is chilling.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good.
That one's good.
The Guy That Failed.
I
10.
love that song. The lyrics are so good in that one.
Now,
yes.
My Friend in Misery, number 11.
Yep.
And The Struggle Within, 12. I don't say it ends strong after 10, but
no.
But all in all, it's a rad album, which really marks the end of me really giving a shit what they did.
Yeah, they had bright spots.
Never mind
though.
how much I played Load, like it just doesn't age as well. But in between those was another loud one, Live Shit, Binge and Purge.
Mm-hmm. I had that one. I'm still mad at myself for not pressing record like a fuckface.
Video release, Cunning Stunts, because you're funny.
I've got that one on there. Which one?
Load. I thought that was 96.
Load was 90. Load was 95.
Right,
Reload was 96.
I hit something wrong here.
Yeah, I think.
Let's go back.
Yeah, I think Load was 90. I don't know.
I'm thinking 96.
And then Reload was 97.
Sure, and then S&M was 98.
Yeah.
Which, when you think making a symphonic album, you think team up with Metallica. Because that's what you do.
It sounded good, though.
Yeah, it was just unusual at the very least.
Have you heard the Rooster that Alice in Chains did with Heart?
Pardon me?
was fucking good. That was the first concert with William Duvall, too. And it was really fucking good. I'm on a big AIC kick lately. Always.
That's Call Your Life.
Mm-hmm.
So I got derailed, but yeah.
Load
is 96. June 4th, 96 by Elektra.
And Load had...
Blood and Semen as part of the album cover. Never mind, it looks kind of like a fireball. It's not.
Yeah.
Trade your Jeep in for a Rolls Royce.
Hold on, I need I have some inlines, but I really want some roller skates. Load had
Ain't My Bitch, 2x4, The House That Jack Built, Until It Sleeps, which was colossal.
I love Until It Sleeps.
Not as much as King Nothing.
That was good. I love Until It Sleeps.
Hero of the Day, which was the
like that
another kinder, gentler Metallica song.
It's okay, yeah.
Bleeding Me. Everyone's got to have the sickness because everyone seems to need the cure. No, just nowadays.
Yeah, that's true.
Not the band The Cure.
Yeah, the band Cure fucking sucks.
Oh, poor twisted me, wasting my hate. Mama Sherd. Thumb Within, Ronnie, and the Outlaw Torn.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that one. I think Toby was listening to that one night when he met this old gal. They were investigating each other.
And then Reload, 97.
Memory Remains?
Yep.
La, 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 la.
Dude,
la.
I had never heard of Marianne Faithfull before or after that. Who the hell is this crooner?
Marianne Faithfull was the person that had the Snickers bar stuffed in her vag by Mick Jagger. You didn't hear that? That was a Marianne Faithfull.
No, I didn't even have the internet back then.
That's what noise I would make if I had a Snicker bar
Hey-o.
shoved in any of my holes besides my mouth.
It's a waste of a Snickers bar.
You feel bad for me. Feel bad for the Snickers.
Give me fuel. Give me fire. Give me that which I desire.
Give me Dabba Jabba Za. Have you seen Avril Lavigne cover that?
Negative.
Don't. Do it on mute.
Seen or heard? No, neither.
Seen better.
The Memory Remains, Devil's Dance, The Unforgiven also.
Mm-hmm.
Better Than You, Slither, Carpe Diem Baby, Bad Seed, Where the Wild Things Are, Prince Charming, Low Man's Lyric, Attitude, and Fixer with 3 X's.
Ooh.
I only recognize the first 5 of
same.
those.
Yeah, same. I really like The Memory Remains until that part. Like, that was... It kind of sounded like... It kind of sounded witchy.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, and
What
not
is
in
she
a
conjuring?
good, not in
No.
a good way. I think it would have been better with Witch Hazel from Looney Tunes.
Go on.
That would have been better. That Reload was 97, right? The year after?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then 98 was Garage Inc. That was a revisiting of Garage Days Revisited.
I've been to Hastings. I've been to Brighton.
So what? So what?
I've been
so
here.
what, you boring little twat?
I've been here. I've been there. I've been every fucking where. So what? I love that. The anti-nowhere league.
The disc 1 opens with the very apt Free Speech for the Dumb by Discharge.
Yes.
It's Electric, Diamond Head, Sabracadabra, Black Sabbath, Turn the Page, Seeger.
Which was much better than anything Bob Seger ever fucking did.
I do love me some Beautiful Loser because, hey, I am.
Hey, you're not a loser.
My self-esteem says otherwise, but what can we do? Die, Die, My Darling by Glenn Danzig and the Misfits. That is an awesome cover.
I haven't heard that one.
Loverman by Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. Merciful Fate by Merciful Fate.
Oh my god. I
With
know their
King
version's
Diamond.
better than King.
Yeah, but those crazy high notes, man.
Yeah, you can keep it.
It's only really good for that scene in Clerks 2.
That's true. That's true.
Astronomy by Blue Oyster Cult. Whiskey in the Jar by Thin Lizzy,
Yeah,
inspired by the Thin Lizzy version of 1972, a traditional Irish song. Tuesday's Gone, Leonard Skinnerd, and The More I See by Discharge. And disc 2 is Help with Small Hours to Wait, Crash Course in Brain Surgery, and Let's Chris Green Hell, as well as Creeping Death B-sides, Am I Evil, I Am Man by Diamond Head, Blitzkrieg by Blitzkrieg, Bread Fan, Budgie, The Prince, Diamond Head, Stone Cold Crazy by Queen. I heard that long before I heard the Queen version.
Mm-hmm.
Walking in the street, shooting people that I meet, full of a Tommy gun.
Mm-hmm.
Got them sirens loose, running out of juice.
Hell yeah, covered it too
So
with
good.
Chad Gray singing it.
It's like shittier Pantera.
Way shittier, and I love Mudvayne, and I love Pantera,
And
but
then-
why did they do that?
And then So What by the Anti-Nowhere League.
What's your favorite lyric in that song?
What? I've been to Hastings, I've been to Brighton.
Well, yeah.
God.
What's your favorite lyric in that song?
Oh, goodness. So what, you born a little cunt?
I think mine is.
But who cares?
I fucked
Who
the
cares
queen.
what you do?
I fucked the queen. I fucked Bach. I've even sucked an old man's cock.
So what?
Or I've. What was the other one? I've got the crabs. I've got lice. I've got the clap, and that ain't nice. So what? It's a real song, guys. It's a real song. Go ahead, name
That's
another.
why professionals did it.
Name another anti-nowhere league.
Nope. Killing Time, which tones it down a notch from Sweet Savage.
Clint Black. Oh, wrong. Killing Time.
Overkill by Motorhead. Damage Case by Motorhead. Stone Dead Forever by Motorhead. And Too Late, Motorhead.
All right.
It finishes Motorheady, all from right before Ace of Spades from 80.
Oh my goodness.
Because
Yes.
it was all 79 Motorheads on that
right.
collection.
Lemmy was supposedly had slept with like 1,000 women or something ridiculous.
What was it, Wilt Chamberlain?
I mean,
fellas.
He you can't resist the mole. What's next? It's my choice next. Do you want dark and sweet, or do you? Well, that's.
Oh my.
What do you owe mine?
Dark and sweet. Do whatever looks good. Isn't S&M popping up? All right, so S&M was they're teaming up with the San Francisco Symphony, conducted by Michael Kamen in 1999.
Ooh. Steve, we're going to share, okay?
What? Your germs are my germs, and my germs are your germs. The more we get together, the more disease will be.
Well, if I got it, you got it, so. I like to think I've already had it, and I'm just kind of like, immune to it or something.
Are we going to be our own typhoid Karens? Did you hear about the leader of Reopen NC?
I did.
Testing
Please tell
positive
everybody.
for COVID, but being asymptomatic. It's like, that's kind of why this has been such a big deal, is that this can remain dormant,
Oh, shit,
and
still
therefore
got some
you
left.
could.
You do. So, Steve, you're going to have to explain to the folks at home what you're drinking first. And you're drinking this first.
Chocolate Marathon 10W40
Chocolate Marathon?
macaroon.
The Chocolate Marathon.
That mudslide's not working.
Tell everybody a little bit about one of Asheville's finest.
No. Imperial Stout brewed with chocolate, vanilla, coconut, and lactose. Contains alcohol.
That's good to know. I've never been to Highwire.
It has nothing to say.
Fine by me. I've got Sugar Plum Fairy, a dark ale brewed with real plum puree and Belgian candied syrup.
I think that beer's going to make you shit.
Mine's 8%, and yours is
Unlisted.
8%.
It's just maybe bad at reading.
Battle of the 8%ers. Steers, Chief.
Yeah, like us and wet stick shifts.
That's excellent.
This doesn't suck.
Okay. It's got to be much sweeter than the last one.
It's a very dark coffee flavor to it, actually.
Ooh, this one's a very dark and sweet. It tastes. Do you like plums?
Depends on the day. I'm getting older, so I guess so.
And it's prunes that make you shit, not plums.
And they're made of what?
Shut up. Raisins. It's grapes. Grapes are whatever.
Grape,
I sell produce. But
grapes, raisins, cab sav. It's going to be okay.
Understood. After Garage Inc. was what,
98 was their
goddamn, they cranked them out.
Yeah. And then S&M was them teaming up with the San Fran Orchestra with the Ecstasy of Gold opener from Ennio Morricone, the spaghetti western director. So it'd be more symphonic, but probably some Wild West theme because why not? Then Call of Cthulhu, Astro Puppets, Of Wolf and Man, The Thing That Shall Be, Fuel, The Memory Remains, No Leaf Clover, Hero of the Day, Devil's Dance, Bleeding Me, Disc 2, Nothing Else Matters, Until It Sleeps, From the Bell Tolls, Human. That doesn't ring a bell because it was previously unreleased.
I haven't heard a lot from the S&M album. Have you listened to it?
It's been forever. I remember a few of the versions making it to radio. Wherever My Room, The Outlaw Torn, Stab It True, One, Enter Sandman, and Battery. Available in DVD and VHS, and probably with that being pre-HD by a few years, it's all going to be 4:3, and it's all going to be 400 pixels. Apparently there was Orugo, Pasión y Gloria, Tres Noches en la Ciudad de Mexico in 2009.
Not bad Spanish. It's either cuidado or ciudad. It depends on where you're from.
Okay, in the hell.
After all that shit, guess what? There was no more Jason Newsted. Jason Newsted left.
What?
There's conflicting reports.
Okay.
But he wasn't with the band anymore. And so they definitely tried out a lot of different bass players, just like they did when Cliff died. Just like when Mr. Les Claypool from Primus tried out. Hey, you guys want to jam some Isley Brothers? And they were like, "You're too good, man. You do your own thing. You're." And so he did his own thing. That's how they landed on Jason.
And that's also how and why I've told the fine people here that his collaborations with John Lennon's son are fantastic.
The Lennon Claypool delirium.
Yes. Or vice versa. It's if you punch the words into the browser, your brain's going to melt. So there.
They tried out a bunch of different bass players, even like Marilyn Manson's bassist Twiggy Ramirez. Nobody stuck except Mr. Robert Trujillo, who looks like an absolute monster.
I remember seeing that name pop up and discovering he had been in Brujeria prior to it, which is Mexican death metal.
Yes.
Which is my go-to band every Cinco de Mayo. So we're about a week away from this. So guess what I'm listening to then?
We need to have a Cinco episode where we drink nothing but Latin-inspired things.
Ooh.
Have margarita. Ooh. Let's make margaritas and... Ooh. Okay. I like this idea.
No, if you can't Cinco de Mayo points elsewhere, Cinco de Mayo at home or borrowed home. Yes.
What, is Cinco de Mayo on a Tuesday? Is it next Tuesday? Or the second's this Saturday? Third, fourth. Ooh. I mean, I could pull this calendar up.
It's a Taco Tuesday.
Oh my God! Well, guess what? Guess when we're doing episode 60, Steve?
5520.
5520. I like this idea. Maybe we can get different salsas and have like a salsa taste test.
You're not big on guacamole, right?
I will eat it. I just don't.
I
don't enjoy. I'll eat it. It's not one of my favorite things.
I've got Herdes guacamole salsa, which is incredible.
Salsa mole?
It is a guacamole salsa, so it arrives bright green, much like that Eagle Talon that's awful.
Yeah.
It tastes a lot better than it looks.
Okay. So it's not like salsa verde.
No, it's completely different.
Okay.
Because it's not like green chili based salsa. It is its own thing. It's opaque rather than having... You can't shine a light through this stuff.
Okay. Salsa
Unlike
verde
salsa verde
tomatillo
is clearish.
based. Yeah, it's tomatillo based.
Yeah, I've been wrong before. And I'll be wrong again.
Not anytime soon. I'm Mexican style beers, no Corona. We'll have to do Tecate and Dos Equis.
Tecate was my go-to beer while out at the beach with family and Colin's family. That I was riding along as they're golfing.
Yeah.
I don't golf. I would make less divots using a shovel. So instead, I downed a 12-pack of Tecate in the process. So I wasn't terribly hammered since it's a light enough beer. But it's like that for being such a light, cheap thing, it sucked less than it should.
I'll see if I can wrangle up a 6-pack of Tequiza. You remember that?
Whoa. Yeah, the ultralight seltzer beer thing from back in the day.
Here's a top tip for you, though. You know what? It wasn't bad. It was actually okay.
Did you ever have any of the agave beers?
Yes, but I don't.
There was Dos Equis that had the Dos Equis Azul, but I haven't had that since Rachel and Eric's engagement party, and that was forever ago.
Wow.
And that apparently could only be found when you bought the Dos Equis mix pack.
Mm-hmm.
It never existed outside of that, and now it hasn't existed in 3 years.
Jeez.
4 years.
Well, I remember Red Dog and Red Wolf also when...
Red Dog I remember drink. Because it had the painted bulldog on the ads.
Bold yet smooth, easy to drink. You are your own dog.
Which is funny because that came from Southpaw, who was also making Ice House and Southpaw. That was the vilest thing this side of Southern Comfort. So disco. Did
Eric King tell you about the time when he was underage? His parents went out of town, and they were like, "Hey, it's like we got $60. Can you get us some booze? And you can come over, drink with us, and play beer pong." So I went over there to the house, played beer pong with them. After I bought them their beer, it's like I went by there. It's like, "Here's $60. Just buy a bunch of booze." I bought myself an arrogant bastard tall boy, and then I bought like 3 24s of Ice House to play beer pong.
Holy shit!
And at the time,
it was the strongest
thing you could
standard beer you could get because it wasn't until 2005 that you could get beer stronger than 6%.
So I showed up.
It was that and Steel Reserve were the strongest beers of the day at 6 instead of 15%.
Mm-hmm.
Steel Reserve gave me nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, my second Volvo was back in action, and I actually had to mount a turret on it, and we're being shot at as if the tank is, in fact, a tank. That really stood out from Beach Trip 2002.
Mm-hmm.
That was this incredible dream.
I need to tell you about the beach trip with Toby's Civic when...
I'm surprised you haven't told that on here. It's fabulous.
That's a good one. I'll tell that after we get done with Metallica, which we've already derailed again. This is a weird episode. By the way, I'm so sorry. I'm so mad at myself for not pressing record. Like we're starting to do live videos, and I didn't press record on the actual downloadable episode, but that's okay, I guess. It'll be legend. You'll be able to hear it. Just won't be perfect quality. But everybody, we played. I showed up with Ice House. Nobody knew any different. They used
it's beer, and it's here. Mm-hmm. So go nuts.
Well, we played beer pong with Ice House. I went home. I went to work the next day. Eric went to work the next day. He's like, everybody's hungover and everybody hates you. Because playing beer pong with 4% beer is a little different than playing it with 6% beer.
It's gonna hit you harder, which is funny that nowadays the 6% beer is the light side of things.
It's very light, especially for us. I have a lot. I'm going to go high wire this time since I had Sugar Plum Fairy.
All right, so
Saint
on
Anger.
Stanger, that was a definite low point of the band. Frantic, Saint Anger, Some Kind of Monster, the title of their documentary when they all went to rehab and group therapy or whatever adorableness. I never saw that. Did you?
I watched it, and it's hard to watch, actually, because all it was is Lars and James going at it the entire time while Kirk sits there in the corner with his wah pedal.
Kirk's better than everybody, that's why. Dirty Window, Invisible Kid, My World, Shoot Me Again, Sweet Amber, The Unnamed Feeling, Purify, and All Within My Hands. It was that 03 was a strange time. That's like, oh, this is my first entire year at 21, and hey, there's new Metallica. It's not good.
I was a junior in high school.
And also, both Matrix sequels came out that year, and they sucked as well.
I like the riff to Some Kind of Monster. I
haven't heard it since then. I haven't watched those movies since then.
They played it live a couple years ago, and live it sounds really fucking good.
Live, you could tweak it, much like the 9 Inch Garden concert.
Yeah.
Where everybody's doing everything way better. It was interesting seeing the revisions of these old quasi-techno songs redone, and it was awesome, and I have no idea where I can hear that again now.
Do you remember what Soundgarden opened with? Because 9 Inch Nails opened with Copy of a... Soundgarden opened with the intro to Searching with My Good Eye Closed.
With the talking... spinny thing
straight into Spoon Man instead of I really would have rather heard Searching with My Good Eye Closed. This is my good eye. Do you hear a cow? A rooster says, here's a pig. And then the devil says, and then Chris screams. That's such a great song. I've never seen Metallica live though. Have you?
No.
Toby saw Metallica and Korn.
1 out of 2 ain't bad.
I still like Korn.
I am not a Kornhead. No.
But
you like the band, not the vegetable. I'm the other way.
We back when Chris Pilata, we need to have Chris Pilata on here. I need to. I don't know if he got a different phone number, but we went to Project Revolution tour in 2004. That was the Used, Korn, Snoop Dogg, and Linkin Park. Bonkers.
What?
And so he mashed up all... I'm going to try to remember the exact words. It was the Used Lincoln Corn Dog.
All right.
But there are some good songs on Saint Anger. It's just the production was so raw. They wanted a raw production where it sounded like a garage, and you got it right, but it just doesn't sound good. There are some good songs. I like the first 3 songs.
That was just your life, man.
Now we're into
Death Magnetic 08.
Yes.
I've heard none of these.
You should.
There's a third Unforgiven, so they're Unforgiven.
When you listen to this album, please do so quietly, because remember when we talked about loudness? This album, if I were to pull up the waveform
I've got a
on
new,
here,
I've got a new shitty car stereo to play with, so we're good.
Cars are different than headphones. Like if you listen to it in earbuds or headphones, you would have a headache after about the second song. It's mixed so loudly. There's no dynamic range. It's just all the it's not easy to listen to.
An oral assault, they say.
Yes.
Not an oral assault, and that's what she said.
Oral Assault 6. There are really good songs on there. It's just like it's mixed so loudly that you just can't do anything about it.
Hey, you saw my shitty 50-watt stereo. It also doesn't do anything with Bluetooth well.
I wonder if I can pull something up. Nope. I'm not even going to try. I don't want to fuck anything up. I've already fucked up a lot of this episode. off of Death Magnetic, I think my favorite song on there was what was the second song on there?
The End of the Line.
That one. I like the End of the Line. That one's good. There's some good songs on there. You should check them out, though. It's worth checking out.
I'm long overdue to check out anything post 2000. So yeah, that was Just Your Life, The End of the Line, Broken, Beaten, Scarred.
Broken, Beaten, Scarred's good too.
The Day It Never Comes, All Nightmare Long, Cyanide, The Unforgiven, I.
Mm-hmm.
The Jizz Kiss, Suicide and Redemption, Instrumental, and My Apocalypse.
Interesting.
Demos.
You know, I was pulling up YouTube, knowing full well I can't reach my keyboard from here, so guess what's not happening?
Me reading off the Metallica collection from 2009, because let's just go to Hardwired ... to Self-Destruct.
Was that 2018 or 19?
16.
That was that long ago? Why? Why does time go by so quickly? I've heard the singles, and that's it.
Because Rush is not correct. Time stands still.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. Yeah. Or
I've only heard the singles.
I'm aging fairly well, but hey, right now everyone's getting a really good look at my gray patch right here. But hey, at least it matches.
You still have all your hair on top of your head. I would trade you a gazillion times over for your head of hair.
Oh, by the way.
You did.
Ears lowered a couple of days ago.
Who did it?
Me.
Nice.
And that's, it's just have clippers and have the time to go do that. That's my first haircut in 2 months.
Guess what I didn't do?
Haircut.
I am thinking about getting a hair transplant, but it's expensive, so I don't want to use S2000 sold money to get hair. How to get a bike?
It's an idea you keep kicking around, as is the bike.
I'm thinking about just doing it one morning, just getting up and shaving my head and seeing what it looks like. And if I don't like it, I'll let it grow back to what it is and then get a hair transplant. I have a feeling I'd probably like it because I run hot all the time. So if I'm hot all the time, it would help me to not have any hair on my head. That's just one more thing for me to shave, though, since I actually shave my chest also.
Have you heard Farrah talk about his razor usage?
No.
No.
He's married now,
from
though.
Neck and up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just you will murder some razors keeping your head shaved, though.
I know. But I'm a baby Huey from my collarbones to my knees.
They're cheap.
Yeah, that's true. I keep it nice and tidy. Very. But
don't flash me, flash the camera. Oh, yeah. I'm a fucking werewolf.
You're a hairy dude. Toby is too. He got laser hair removal for 3 years, and then after 3 years, if you still have hair growing back, they give you an extra year of treatment. And he took the extra year of treatment, and he still has hair. By the way, when it grew back in after the first treatment, he looked like a tiger because it was growing in stripes. It was awesome. It was scary, but it was also awesome.
Be a weird day at the beach.
I'm not as familiar with Hardwired to Self-Destruct other than the singles. And I know you aren't either. That's
outside my realm of perception. The album cover is terrifying.
Mm-hmm. It's all the members.
Did they steal that from Slipknot to have that art style, though?
Well,
that is impressive.
Album covers with all the members on them. Super Unknown is, but they're all in infrared. That's what that is. Did you know that?
I think you told me that.
Maybe. You forgot one album, and it's an album we all wish to forget because it's even worse than Saint Anger, in my opinion. Lulu.
The Lou Reed compilation.
Because I do not like or get Lou Reed. I think I don't get it because I wasn't born in the time of the Velvet Underground. I just don't get it. The song Perfect Day, I would rather listen to My Own Firing Squad than listen to the song. You know what Perfect Day is, don't you? From Lou Reed?
I think so.
I don't get it.
The only one that ever stood out was, "Hey man, take a walk in the wild side."
I like that one.
But like everything else, like the running gag is like no one saw the Velvet Underground, but who did started bands and they were more successful. Or the Dandy Warhols being the 1990s Velvet Underground and doing the same thing better.
Who was Andy Warhol?
The artist, the painter,
Okay.
which did not make for a good Burger King Super Bowl ad a couple of years ago because I had no idea what Andy Warhol looks like. He is but a wee fellow. It was real strange.
How wee? Like Prince wee?
If he was the size of this mic stand, he'd be chubby. It was a wee fellow.
He was manorexic.
Yes.
Okay. Much like Daniel Johns from Silverchair.
Seen him since the mid-90s music videos of Frog Stomp.
What do you think Anna's song was about? It was he was anorexic during that time.
And not singing about my ex-girlfriend that died? Aw.
Your ex-girlfriend died?
My high school ex-girlfriend, Anna, yes, died of pancreatic cancer.
Good Lord.
Fall of 18. And she left a husband and son. I never told anybody except Kaylin that.
Wow. You've told me and them and them. That's depressing. Which is
not as depressing as her sisters being hotter.
Which is why I've grown much more. You're supposed to settle down and not be as spontaneous. But I started out spontaneous, and then I got a little more mellow, and then Emily's diagnosis, and then we got through it, and then I got more spontaneous. So,
did you plan on being more spontaneous?
Of course not.
Is that not a Stephen Wrightism?
It should be. I love Stephen Wright. I think he still when touring.
At least when that was a thing, sure.
Teacher asked me, "What kind of animal do you want to be?"
I think the phrase is active.
Yes. What kind of animal do you want to be? And I said, I want to be a bird. She goes, that's majestic. So you can fly, so you can soar above everyone? And I said, nope. So my shit will be white. I love Stephen Wright. Stephen Wright and Mitch Hedberg were the kings of one-liners.
Yeah, if you listen to back-to-back, you'll have a tough time telling them apart. It's the same joke style.
I have a belt, and I have a belt loop holder. I don't know which one the hero is. That's so good. Metallica's still active, still touring. James is out of rehab again.
Okay, I saw he'd gone to rehab in September,
Mm-hmm.
but that was the last information I had of anything remotely recent. Only to discover that their behind the music from the late 90s lives on YouTube. And this made me very happy, and then I was out of time and I had to go mow.
I miss Behind the Music.
That was such a fun show.
It was a great show.
And now we call it Disgraceland, and it's a podcast, and man, that's a lot of people doing some dumb shit.
The Pantera one was
which is
depressing.
Even funnier that the guy that makes it doesn't have the rights to the music, so he's going to play some goofy thing on his Mellotron. It's like, why am I playing this? Because I can't play Blah Blah. That was a popular song at the time that Blah Blah got arrested for smoking this drug at this park in 1992.
Yikes. That's a lot of albums from Metallica and a lot of back-to-back years. And then it seems like Metallica would do an album, and then take 4 years off and then do album. So
yeah.
Well, we did. Rush had a lot of albums too, so they did a lot of that.
It's to be prolific and to remain pretty well that good for that long is quite impressive.
Funny,
they can't all be winners, but they're batting well above 500.
Funny about Metallica, as of 20, I think James Hetfield was on JRE. A
couple of years ago.
2018.
Yeah, he was playing very coy, which is a smart move for a public figure. It's like,
Yeah.
I could easily disagree with you, but you did move to Colorado, not Utah, so that's cool.
Yeah. And they just, as of the time of the podcast, which is like 2 or 3 years ago, just then got the rights to their own music from like the early days.
They had to buy it back from Sean Fanning.
Something like that.
Like for that ran Napster. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, hey, 2000.
How did you like the Sugar Plum?
Oh dear,
It's
that's
really good.
magnificent.
Alphabet City from New York, Elmsford, New York, which is basically the sixth borough of.
Was that the thing you were looking up yesterday?
Last night.
Say like where the hell's Elmsford? Because that sounds like it would be near Buffalo.
It's up near Yonkers.
Goofy town name.
Probably a pretty cool town.
And also a goofy road name in Raleigh.
I was planning on
right
going
right at the 440.
We were going to go to New York for Karin's birthday and this month, but
no,
I don't think that's a good idea right now.
No,
not right now. Anyway,
no.
I'm glad I got my birthday celebration out of the way, and yours isn't until November. So
yeah, and this last one just kind of went largely uncelebrated because my life's a mess.
Well, it could be worse.
Could be better.
You're out of debt.
Ostensibly. I have a large lump sum of money that I'm not putting towards the cards yet because I'm just a little freaked out about the everything. So I'm just seeing how long the $30K lasts until that dwindles. Because the credit cards are still creeping up and refinance efforts are bad, and I don't want to trash my credit by having them fight for me to do a thing. Like, could I just transfer these to zero interest cards?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a lot more interesting.
I thought you put the money to the cards. And
the
everything.
idea was yes, but and then all hell broke loose. Hours got dropped. I'm simply sending a lot of money I don't want to see go towards anything.
What about if all of it but a certain amount went to it?
That'll leave me with about $5,000, and then I go back in the debt, putting credit cards on rent. I can't win.
Well, if you apply, I can get you on for some steady income for a little while.
Yeah. And I was just like, I don't know with what haste. Well, seeing as this company's already been dragging its feet for 10 months now.
Mm-hmm.
I could have bigger, better job. It's a strange situation.
I don't care if you waste Food Lion's time with temporary employment as long as it makes you feel better, because this company's not hurting for money. So go ahead and apply for something, and then we'll get you on one way or another. Just even if it's for like a month, you'll still have a month of income.
Yeah. Like I say, for roaming around a house freaking out.
Kaylin's still getting full salary, right?
No. She's at 30 hours right now, so 4 days, the better part of 4 days a week. And her boss has made this real damn difficult to pull off, but has been doing it for about a month now.
Well, she's kind of a small sweet candy with the R substitute for a C, right? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oddly enough, one of my job postings from LinkedIn Indeed or ZipRecruiter was totally something up her alley. So I told her, I was like, well, here's this. I sent this to you because you're looking for this real estate adjacent thing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know if she did anything with this news, but those are few and far between.
That's true. Well, like I said, I'll get you on there. One way or another, I'll find you. I'll get you a job.
Thanks. Thanks.
Well, it'll be that plus whatever hazard pay they give.
Yeah.
And now they extended our hazard pay for a little while.
Yeah.
Whereas Total Wine,
July.
Total Wine let it expire.
Already?
Already.
Goodness.
Total Wine is not nationally, too. So, which sucks because I like Total Wine because it's where I get all this cool shit from.
Uh-huh.
So Total Wine let their employee hazard pay sort of temporary thing expire and not extend it, whereas most other places have extended it. Even old cheap ass Food Lion extended their hazard pay. Even if they're making me go to another store tomorrow. And Thursday on my day off at 5 o'clock in the morning. 5 a.m. Park Road.
That's a long way from here, y'all.
It is, but at least the traffic won't be that bad. A, COVID, and 2, early. I actually get to rub elbows with corporate people. I'll be gone before they even get there, and I don't fucking care. Doesn't matter to me. I did send an anonymous email to our president telling her I think they should limit the people, and I think it's embarrassing they haven't yet, and it's disrespectful to the employees.
Other store is limiting capacity. Anything else that's still open, never mind how big the store is, I think the first I saw was at Aldi that I think it was 5 people per 1,000 square feet of store.
That's what they did for us, but our store's so big that it's 186 people, including employees, in the store at one time.
How many employees are roaming about at once? 50?
Not
30?
even.
Okay.
But even if you did that, there are routinely I think Saturday there were 15 people in my department. My department's less than 1,000. My department's about 1,000 to 1,200 square feet, and there were 15 people there, 3 times the capacity in my department alone. But because the building itself is so big, because they were all there, it still meets. That's why I said,
well, can't go down the toilet paper aisle because they're sold out again, you bastards.
I just say limited to 25 people in the store at a time. Like, customers. Limited to 25 customers. I'm okay with that. That's fine.
I still haven't gotten the car registered in this state yet, but I have a Georgia temp plate until June 1st. So it's not exactly a hurry to do so, but
you got time.
I did go by the Independence and Idlewild store.
Mm-hmm.
There was a social distance line out the door, wrapping around the corner there, as people were trying to get motorist stuff taken care of. And as the end of the month creeps up, that will only be worse. So
yeah,
I'll go after May to surrender old plate and re-up something with a lighthouse on it, because I'm obsessed with lighthouses, but I'm also afraid of heights. It's a weird conflict.
I'm afraid of widths. I also cannot take the motorcycle safety course because none of the schools are open.
It's also bad news for anybody trying to get a CDL. Like, oh, you want to be a trucker, and they're hiring for truckers. Well, you can't, mother trucker.
I can still get my permit with motorcycle.
That's what I need, a permit to drive 53 tons of steel.
That, yes. But the motorcycle, at least with a permit, you can ride anytime. With a permit, you just can't have a passenger in North Carolina. Other states
don't want one anyway, and the passenger, doesn't want to go.
The passenger that I want to ride with me doesn't want to ride with me. So I can't take the MSF course. I'd have to take the DMV course and have use their bike and everything. So I'll probably just get my permit and then just ride on that for a little while. I'll probably buy the bike first and just practice around the neighborhood. So I don't think I'm going to get pulled.
It's going to be fine.
I think so. I'll just have to find an old motorcycle plate. I can't just put, oh my God, 8,000 RPM plate on it. It'd be hilarious. OMG,
they are all
12K RPM.
They are all over YouTube. No, eBay.
Yeah, that's true too. But I can just ride around the neighborhood to get used to it and just go take the test. But I don't know, man. We have covered a lot of topics today, sir, but we still have a little bit of booze left.
Enough.
So, do you have anything you wanted to speak about or yap about or?
First of all, I got to pee, so there's that.
You pee, and
I've got nothing in particular.
Cool. I can keep people
entertained.
I like talking.
You and your motorcycling.
I like talking. Were you ever intrigued by having a bike? All right, cool. While Steve's paying the water bill, I am still, in these uncertain financial times, I still want a toy, but I would rather not spend too much money on a four-wheeled toy when I can get a plenty fun and engaging two-wheeled toy. Insurance is pretty cheap on bikes because they know if you crash it really bad, you're going to die, so they don't really have to pay to fix you if you're dead. So bike insurance is pretty cheap. I'm 34 years old now, so that means it's not like insuring like a 18-year-old. So I really like that Yamaha FZ6R. It was white with black and red accents. I really like that bike. It's fast enough, but it's fast enough to send you to jail, but I'm not going to be doing that because I have sense and I don't want to die. Not yet. I really like the idea of having the bike. Just, you, the machine, blasting down the interstate, the wind, the sky, nothing but you and the road. It's very intriguing. It's a very intriguing idea. I know I said I didn't want a convertible, and then I'm just taking all the body work off the car at that point, but it is a little bit different, It's a little bit freeing. It's hard to explain because I've been passenger on motorcycles many years ago, and it was such a good feeling. It's an indescribable feeling to be on a bike. Steve, you've been on a motorcycle before, right?
Twice and not well.
So,
yeah, my cousin's trail bike when I was about 13, and while trying to step off of it to maneuver it between a creek and trees, got my leg stuck in the back fender.
Yikes.
Second time around was when Germany, riding a probably under 100cc bike, just down a few blocks.
Mm-hmm.
I had played around with the idea of getting a motorcycle, mostly for better parking when I lived in Raleigh for NC State, because they have free motorcycle parking everywhere. Cars require permits, but motorcycles, like any stray corner of a parking deck, can park for free. At least they could back in '04. So that was really the only reason I wanted one back in the day. And since then, sensible value to society or risk of injury increasing, that's kind of died.
Well, there's risk of injury for sure, but there's something about it. There's something about being on it and just it's so much fun.
I told you about my favorite Switch game right now, Motor Rush GT. It costs $1, where you can just tilt the system back and forth, and you hit a car. All right, it has this like shattered helmet screen pop up, and then you're immediately reset. And like, all right, well, you still got time. Keep going.
That's how it works on a motorcycle.
It's very forgiving. Yeah, that reset's gonna be a bit difficult.
Well, I showed.
It's absolutely fascinating, but I feel that's a poor idea for myself this time.
I explained
and the missus really doesn't care for that idea too.
I explained to Steve yesterday that the Stig helmet from Top Gear, if you wanted an authentic Stig helmet, it'd be like $700. So I think just getting a white helmet would be okay.
From any distance, it's a white helmet with black visor. It's going to look the part. You don't need it to be that fancy.
So should I get the on the front and Stig on the back? Or
vinyl's cheap. Did any iteration of the Stig ride a motorcycle?
No.
I mean, the totally, looks the part. A racing helmet and a motorcycle helmet, are they not the same thing? Do you have better neck protection on a motorcycle helmet instead, or one or the other?
I've got it. I'll have a hand on here with a wheel with smoke, and it says Stigmata.
Do we have that on the bay?
Are you looking on eBay for helmets for me?
I was looking at our sales on Facebook. We're there.
I also have to get a jacket and like gloves.
Yeah, it's a running gag at Wilson's Leather. It's like it's always 80% off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that $500 jacket's still $100, bud.
Mm-hmm. Do you know how the switch gear on the bikes work?
Something akin to taking your foot up or down clicks the transmission up or down, and there's no reverse, which was an issue for that motorcycle engine vintage Honda car Farah fell in love with.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a sequential manual, since trying to manipulate a stick on a bike is complicated at best.
They have suicide shifters on cruisers, so you'll see, and there's a big shifter that comes out. Is
that why they have the like giant handlebars up here?
I don't like those. They call them ape hangers.
Totally.
Yeah. Throttle is your right hand. Your right, like on a bicycle, this one is your brake, your front brake. This one's the clutch.
Mm-hmm.
This handlebar doesn't do anything, so it's just the clutch here. And then your left foot, clicking down is first gear. And then clicking up, your next. So if it's a 6-speed bike, which most of them are now, down is first gear, and then up one is in the middle is neutral. And then you click up again for second, up third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Then your right foot is your rear brake. So all your brakes are on your right side, all your clutches are on your left.
Okay.
So it's not that different. But your throttle's with this. So to rev it, you would pull back on, most of your bikes are like that. So you pull back for throttle. So your clutch is with your left hand. And it's the same way with letting clutch out. So it's the same way with the threshold, with the pedals, with your feet, with the car. So you just give it a little bit of gas, let the clutch out slowly. Although most of the new bikes have the what's the word I'm looking for? Choking it down. It won't let you do it. It'll just kind of stagger to a go. It won't let you stall it.
When I went through Wendy's earlier, I stalled the car out for the first time that I've had it.
Wendy's or McDonald's?
Wendy's, the one up the hill.
Oh, not today.
Today. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were eating McDonald's today.
No, I got Wendy's when I rolled up.
You get spicy nuggets?
Nope, just plain.
Nothing wrong with
my
that.
My reflex is not prepared for such assault. Like, they'll be delicious, but I don't want to beat myself up worse than I already do.
Why don't they make the nuggets why don't they make sliders and they just have little buns with nuggets?
Like fastest chicken shack breakfast?
Yeah.
They're like mini biscuits?
Yes. I had my first Bojangles biscuit in a year yesterday.
Good news, it's still good.
I had the country fried steak biscuit.
Ooh.
That's my favorite.
My go-to during many Palm lunch shift was the Bojangles Cajun filet biscuit.
That one's good too.
Combo. We like that with the fries and a cheerwine or a coffee.
Except I anti-Sean Preston that biscuit, and I put
peanut butter on your biscuit?
Nope, the other one.
Mayo?
Mayo.
Okay.
Yeah, I put mayo on it. I love mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise is one of those things, like, I don't put it on anything I eat, but if it's on something already made, I'll eat it.
I do that with avocado. Like,
okay.
If nachos or if it's mixed in, like
you said, feed it to me, awful funny.
Well, they mix it in on the border. If you get what do they get? Oh, if you get the big taco salad, they'll mix it in, and I'll eat it. But like if it's slivers, I'll just pick it off. It doesn't have a flavor to me. I just don't. It is what it is. I don't hate it. I don't hate it like I hate mushrooms. I won't eat mushrooms. I will eat avocados. I just don't enjoy it.
They're both better grilled.
Pineapple's good grilled too.
Yep.
But pineapple's good anyway.
Even on a pizza.
So, more for you. It's not bad. It's just not my thing. The own pizza. By the way, when we cut our pineapple in house, they send it already like skinned, and there's always like a layer of juice like that thick at the bottom. So we'll take that and mix it with like an energy, and it's so fucking good, man. Like with a diet Red Bull, the pineapple juice, which negates the diet of the Red Bull. But it's
Well,
really good. It's really fucking good.
Gotta get your sugar somehow, as well as your cancer.
I get my sugar from Emily.
Fructose.
That's what we call it. We got a little bit. There's a little bit of each left, Steve. So which one do you want?
Close to me.
All right. No problem. The can was closer to me probably. So, what's for dinner tonight?
Curry leftovers.
I think about
Because I got a feeling. Usually after these, I am not productive.
yeah. Well, we can't.
This is not like I'm gonna go sleep in the car, then go to work afterwards, which was the olden days.
Yeah. Well, we can't eat at the Mexican place at proper, but I can go get takeout, which I'm considering doing. Even though cooked burgers last night, trying to eat a little bit like more at home instead of out. Because even though I like supporting businesses, but
Yeah, you also enjoy not burning all your money.
That's
but
true,
no,
too.
if it's $7 quesadilla combo, it's not that bad.
not at all. Well, we went to the other. I think last week we went to.
Which has been real entertaining. Staying tuned to the Palm.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, yeah, we still have this and get it to go. Or, I think Panera, I saw it do first, and then the Palm did it, that their supply chain can also act as pick up grocery store type thing. That, hey, we're getting stuff that we're not using. So, hey, stop by, buy a thing. Like, I appreciate the effort, but I still enjoy going and picking up stuff on my own while that's still allowed.
Yeah.
Which was a great blow when TJ Marshalls and then Ross closed. I don't need to get anything there, but just wandering around, like yesterday picking up filters for the car at Advance, I had to make a lap, go pick up a few more things.
Of course. World Market is one of my favorite places.
Yeah,
to
there's
do
so much
that.
weird shit. Like, are these still open?
Doubt it.
Yeah, it's like it's furniture, wine, and weird snacks.
Yeah, the churro nuggets were like corn pops, but with cinnamon, sugar, and honey all over them.
Is this at World Market?
World Market has
Okay.
churro nuggets. They are one of the best desserts I've ever had. We bought 2 bags, and I ate both bags when I got home. They were so good that I just could not stop myself. World Market also has a decent selection of beer, a good selection of wine, and just off-the-wall weird shit. Nothing happens when you die.
I'm gonna die.
I mean, bless you.
Uh-huh.
They have a good
Thanks,
selection of
however.
spices, mustards, even furniture.
Yeah, the furniture.
It's very strange.
Furniture's expensive everywhere you go.
That couch downstairs
Yeah.
from Sofa Mart. It wasn't cheap.
What, was that courtesy of Not Quite IKEA?
No, that was from Sofa Mart and across from IKEA. Yeah, so
It's the IKEA adjacent.
I got you.
It's
I
just-
got you.
There's IKEA, and then like there's that wall of shops.
It wasn't a 3-digit purchase. It was a 4-digit purchase. 1080.
So barely.
Yeah,
Can talk them down. Another $81.
they delivered it for 1080, so
Okay.
it was 1080 out the door.
That's, I guess it's worth it.
It's very worth it because like the old couches,
Just
like
not have to fuck with it.
well, we can both stretch out and
Did
not
your
have our feet
sister
on coffee.
acquire the previous one?
Yeah, but that's a long story. It's at a house she's currently not living at.
Okay.
It's a long story.
was-
No harm, no foul, buddy. You didn't know. I'm disappointed in this. I like that. I like that. And I like that. And I liked the mudslide drink. I can't remember last time I had a mudslide. Most of the time, mudslides are with the ice, the not cubed, but crushed ice. It's
Okay.
usually like a frozen drink.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have to get some
Yeah,
Grand
with,
Marnier.
with some plain Jane ice, it totally works too.
I'm okay with it. I need to get some Grand Marnier because B52 is one of the drinks that I used to try when my mom would have them. Because they had the pre-mixed ones. And she would have my dad go to the ABC store and get them. And I would try them when I was like 10. I was like, this is great. Coming from a long line of alcoholics.
They don't go to meetings.
Well, Steve,
It's called being drunks.
That's true, too. Once again, I am sorry I didn't press record on that, but you got to hear it, and whoever downloads will get to hear it. So number 60 will be on Cinco de Mayo. So I think it should be a Latin-inspired. This could be interesting because we could do Sepultura, because that's Portuguese is Latin inspired. It's Latin America, Brazil.
It's far from Mexico, but yes,
we should do that kind of. Are you up for that challenge?
Challenge of this?
Maybe. I like that idea, but we still have a lot of that good stuff. We didn't even try the. No, never mind. We did. By the way, I'm really disappointed in the Duck Rabbit Wee Heavy because I love that beer, but for some reason that beer tastes really off. I don't know if it's old or like something's wrong.
Give it the gray method. Boilermaker it. Then you can't taste anything.
I'm gonna have
and
to.
And you'll wake up way too late for work on Thursday.
Well, we also didn't have the brewery, BRUER, the white chocolate one. We didn't have that one beside the 911 donut cider. We didn't have that one either tonight. I'm gonna try to save that for next week, but we will see. Well, Steve, is that it for number 59?
Let's get out of here.
Can you believe we've done 59 of these?
No.
No, I can't either. Well, for 59, I'm AJ.
I'm still Steve.
We still have beards.
Be safe. Have fun. Choose one.
Later, and don't do anything we wouldn't watch. Right?
I've got a harder limit than you.
You have a much harder limit than I do. Bye.
Thank you.